Welcome back, folks, to another episode of Jamin's Daily. Coming back to you with another Eat the Frog episode from outside on a Sunday. I got my partner in crime. Say hello, Juju.
Hi, hello.
And we're going to go over this book that I had been reading, and I read the 7th chapter today. And really, before we do chapter 7, we normally go over the previous chapter, which was chapter 6. And chapter 6 was all about finding your key focus areas and doing what will make the biggest difference. It was this: focus on key result areas. And the activity said that you should actually work with your boss, talk to your friends, with your colleagues, everybody who knows you and what you do, and be like, hey, what is it that I do? Why am I on the payroll? What should I be focusing on to be the best team member, to get the most done, what can I do better than anybody else? Those were the things, and that leads us into chapter 7, which is obey the law. Let me see here. It's called Obey the Law of Forced Efficiency. Okay?
I want to see that.
Right here. You want to see too, Juju? Okay, Juju wants to see. Right here. It says, Obey the law. Obey the law. There's pages right here. It says, Obey the law of forced efficiency. And concentration in its truest unadulterated form means the ability to focus the mind on a single solitary thing. And what this chapter gets to is about, you do first things first, and then don't even do the second thing. Okay, you only do first things first, and the second things can wait whether you do them or not. Because this chapter keeps talking about how, and which is why you have to make lists and prioritize, because simply there is not enough time to do everything, not even close. Okay, folks, you cannot do everything that needs to get done. There will never be enough time. You can never do all your tasks. All you can hope to do is be on top of the most important things, the frogs that you got to eat. That's all you can hope for, is being on top of those things, and everything else, which is why in previous chapters we've learned about how to prioritize, and we can just forget about those other things or delegate that to somebody else, etc. And so on chapter 7, when it talks about obeying the law of forced efficiency, there are a couple of questions that you should be asking yourself. One is, what are my highest value activities? Which means whatever it is you're doing, there should be a hierarchy of value that is bringing to you somehow, both professionally and personally. So when you're wasting time, killing time, you could be thinking, well, what could I be doing right now that would have the highest value in the things I'm trying to accomplish? All right, so you got to be asking yourself that every single day. What can I be doing? So in another way, it says, what are the biggest frogs that you can eat? Okay, to the organization, your family, life in general. Okay, you need to ask your friends, your subordinates, your boss, anybody who knows you. As we remember, this whole book is about a journey. You might want to think and talk to them, maybe even your own kids. Hey, what is it that I could do that would be the most meaningful to you, son? Most meaningful to you, significant other, family member, etc. Okay, guys? So, I think you get the picture. Question number 2 is, what can I and only I do that will make, if done well, will make a real difference? And so when it comes to your family, obviously there's some things that you can do for your kids that only you can do, no one else is going to do. So those need to be top priorities. But when it comes to work, depending on your team and your organization, there's things that you do and maybe others do as well, maybe pick up the slack. But you got to think, what is it that I do that I can do well? And if I do it well and nobody else does it, there will be some multiple types of gratification, not just of a job well done, but then the recognition of a job well done, and perhaps even the job security of being the only one who can do something, of being highly valued, or being indispensable when you have these when you have these talents, or you have these job experiences, you have these talents, these skills that other people don't and only you can do. So you got to figure those out, because that's how you get compensated the best. Okay, if everybody else can do what you do, if everybody else can just do your job, then that's not always the best thing. Okay, and again, well, that's why this book keeps saying if done well, because a lot of people can be realtors, a lot of people can be insurance salesmen, all right, salespeople, but not everybody does it well or well enough to really be super successful, all right? And that's what we're trying to do, all right, guys? So, lastly, the third and last question is, what is the most valuable use of my time right now? In other words, what is the biggest frog I can eat in this moment, all right? Do the things first. Do the first things first. Again, second things not at all. The things that matter most must never be at the mercy of the things that matter least. All right? So just look past, get over those other things that you can be doing. Remember, we talked about in other chapters about how sometimes the procrastinator, the excellent procrastinator, thinks he's getting a lot done because he's doing all these minor things, and you're doing things, but that's not what matters. It's not what's going to score the touchdowns. It's not what's gonna, put points on the board. All right, we need to be scoring 6. We got to go big or go home, and you got to know what the big is. That's why you got to find it and look for it. What are the big things that you can be doing that nobody else can do? What are the big tasks that you got to do? And sometimes not big in size, just big in the impact. Big in the impact. You do those things first. Second things not even at all most of the time. All right, folks, till the next time, stick with me. Jamin's Daily. Pick up, read this book, Eat the Frog. It will help you in life. All right, highly recommend it. Till the next time, stay tuned. Jamin's Daily. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube. Smash the like button and subscribe. Till next time, have a good one.